Perfect timing.
Yeah, and we're live. All right, so we're back. So Matt helped out last week.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, thanks, Matt.
And we introduced something that may make you leave the podcast.
All right,
but we'll try it.
What is it? Was like D&D is A-OK segment?
Oh, it's close. It's close.
Oh, no.
It can happen.
No.
You can make that happen.
Okay.
So, you know how there's a super chat on YouTube. There's a company that does super tips, and super tips can be just a text message, or they can be an AI voice message, and you can choose the speaker.
Okay.
And you can program your own speakers.
So we've programmed me.
No, not okay. Well, yeah, not yet. You're next. But so here's a little demo of that, and so that link at the top, right above Chris, supertip.gg, and so it's a much better split than super chats. So take a look at that. I think it uses Stripe though, so if that's not something that's easy to use,
we're getting some money for it.
Yes, it will go.
Well, everybody has a price.
Right, and here's ours. But it's a little entertaining, and we'll use this to interrupt our chat and stuff. And if anybody has a huge correction, please feel free to post that, and we'll play it right after our mad babbling. But here's what this sounds like.
If you desire to leave comments during the weekly live, please visit www.supertip.gg/theweekly.
You can even sound like you are narrating exciting lore videos.
Hi, I'm Gary Gygax. Have you ever imagined a world with dungeons and also dragons?
So those are our three voices. The professor, my Mutant Chronicles voice, and a much improved Gary Gygax. Yeah, so I
didn't hate it.
Okay, all right.
I didn't hate it.
So you can.
It sounded okay. Yeah, it's a bit loud. But
Yeah. It's going to be loud for us because there's no way it's going to double. Yeah, if we're playing it. I was worried.
It will certainly interrupt.
Yeah. So let me know if that doesn't work as far as doubling, and I'll try to set up a separate channel for it, like I did with the iPad thing. But I might need to set that on a different fader because it might be. I want us to be able to hear it. But also it be able to go out. So we'll see how that goes. But feel free to. Oh yeah, and then Matt. That's right. And Matt contributed last week. Thank you, Matt.
What up, my homes? Jeremy up here, horror farming.
So you can do up to 250 characters. 5 can kind of be fun because we can add anybody we're criticizing can get a voice that we can have.
Do we criticize people?
No, of course not. But we can play around with that, and the characters from WotC can appear all over.
Gosh. Speaking of characters from WotC, I don't know if we'll bring it up on the cast, but I was just talking online about the what is it, Sixth Wall thing, where like CEO Chris Cox is like, hey, we can. They're looking for ways to. I'm going to get it wrong. Basically, it was okay. We're Hasbro's looking to farm AI talent. Where like collect voice actors or this stuff, because that way they can they said something about like locking in the personality or kind of things like of IP. Right. And at first I got real pissed off. It turns out the person who wrote the article kind of extrapolated from this, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought it was something that Hasbro and WotC said. I got real pissed off, but it's like, okay, well they could use this stuff to kind of like lock the personality of NPCs in games, and then like players could actually like talk in real time to and I said, what the fuck, just play a goddamn video game already.
Right. Yeah, I think SAG is fighting that pretty hard. I don't know if the Voice Actors Guild Voice Actors Union is a different guild, but SAG is fighting that AI.
I can imagine.
But Matthew McConaughey, I think, sold the AI rights to his voice already. So you're going to be hearing Matthew McConaughey long after he's dead, selling you Buicks or whatever.
I hope you enjoyed that money. I mean, like we just kind of made a joke about like everybody had a price, or everybody has a price.
Yeah, so I wonder. Yeah, his must have not been that high. But so that's weird. I didn't see that. I'll have to go look for because I know they were talking, in that earnings call, talking a lot about digitally what they want to do and moving, and so he's talking digital first, while the executive producer of D&D is talking about going old school and bringing things back and getting Luke Gygax involved, and so
it's pandering. It's pandering on both sides.
Right. Yeah, they're trying to say they're just trying to sell stuff, not physical books, but subscriptions of some kind.
The end goal is they want your money.
Right.
And they will do whatever is necessary to get it. Or maybe not your money. shareholder.
Right. Yeah, they're trying to get those shareholders, keep them happy.
Yeah.
Oh, but you've got a date with Destiny this weekend.
Nice. Yeah.
So you're going to teach some Great Helm?
I'm going to try and run some Great Helm games at the Osaka Kansai Jig meetup. So we'll see how many takers I get.
Nice.
With my half-painted miniatures.
Yeah, if you want to fly into Osaka on Sunday,
Yep.
Chris will be happy to show you Great Helm
It would
on that
work
beautiful.
if we were going the other way.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If you're coming this way, you lose a day, so you better leave now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you better leave early.
You better leave now. Yeah.
Right. But that's take a look at our live stream. Am I coming really hot? We're like pinning here. Take a look at the live stream of our Great Helm. And the thing that is amazing about, we got 2 games in.
Yeah.
Each were 2 hours long. Our learning game was 2 hours long. The real game with the extra rules was 2 hours long. Our first learning game of Hard War was 4 hours and change.
And that wasn't even the full rules.
And that wasn't all stripped down. That was like no full rules. So I really respect how well that game plays, and how, it's really satisfying. It's got a limited number of rounds, and you're trying to achieve whatever you can, whatever the, objectives are. And it's really well done. You can really get into it really fast, and playing on that board you built was pure luxury. That was really nice. Yeah.
Well, you don't sell yourself short. I really like the idea you had of the picture frame and rolling into it.
Oh yeah,
to kind of contain the dice and then line all the stuff up. Yeah,
that's cool. That worked well to have. And I like that. I really like how that that dice system and stepping them down and everything.
Found out we were doing something wrong.
Oh no!
I mean, not Superman.
Mm-hmm.
We were starting sort of a new initiative round for each die step.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to. You're just, whoever has the most 6s goes first. And you alternate, like, okay, I have to spend all my 6s,
so
but it's kind of like we just keep bringing back and forth.
Okay,
right?
so whichever step you're on, it doesn't matter who you get to start. You get to take all the movement first. Yeah. But it just doesn't matter. Just because you go, I go. Okay,
I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure it's you go, I go, you go.
Yeah. Because that was interesting, because sometimes that would give you double moves. So if I had 5s and 4s and you didn't have, I get to move. I get to do stuff twice in a row. Right.
I'll have to check, because it might not be one we go back and forth between dies. Like, we still might have to spend all your 6s first, but when I spend the last one, okay, it goes over to you with 5s, maybe.
Right. Yeah. So you don't get to do 6. Oh, then 5, because I have initiative.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because that is pretty powerful. Oh, cool. Well, great fun. Yeah, check that out on the channel. We had a little bit of audio on our first demo game, a little bit of audio crackling, and I think that was internet failure. But the second one goes perfectly, and it's got the advanced rules in it. So
and
you
it has
can
the overhead camera.
The overhead camera changed a lot, because you couldn't really see. It was a beautiful shot, but we just kind of clustered in the middle. You couldn't see what was going on.
It just lined up,
So you can see positioning from the overhead and movement and stuff much better.
That was fun. Hopefully I'll have stuff finished soon.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I can't wait to do some more of that. Well, thank you, Arturo, for the super sticker. And let's and good to see everybody. So Calerion, Matt, and nice to have Arturo, and no Abyss yet, but everybody's hanging out. There's still time. Yeah, it's a totally different time zone. All right, so let's get started for this week.
I'm all set.
Welcome to the Weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And before we get started, I just want to promote a couple of bundles. So I put links to a couple of really great bundles from Humble Bundle. There's a great Cyberpunk Red, which includes the kit for Edge Runners, the Netflix series. So all of that, which is impossible to get into print in English now for some reason. So so you can get it digitally in this bundle. I think that's all $33 for everything. And then there's also a Free League Humble Bundle, which is everything that's not a licensed IP. So Vaesen and
Forbidden Lands?
Forbidden Lands, everything's everything.
Wow.
Everything that they did. And if you go down to the $5 level, it's starter sets for everything, or just kind of quick starts. But you can get basically everything that they've done digitally for, I think it's $27 or something. It's pretty impressive. And so if there's stuff that you've missed out on with Free League, all of the core books are available digitally. So check that out in the description. That helps us a lot. That gives us affiliate stuff. So that's our little ad. And this week on the Weekly, The End of Fate. So
Oh, yeah, I
Fate's
saw that,
no
huh?
more. John Blanche has passed.
Uh-huh.
The TTRPG crowdfunding is going insane this year
Yeah,
already,
so,
and Unnumbered Worlds. So we've got another Unnumbered. So let's start. Let's start with a really great article that I saw on the pink site. What's yes, the indie site, the indie game site. I'm totally blank. I don't have it written in my notes. The indie game site where all of the Polygon writers and everybody went.
Rascal?
Rascal, thank
Okay,
you.
there you
Yeah,
go.
Rascal
Okay.
News.
Yeah.
Rascal News had a really great interview with Fred Hicks, the creator of Fate, that this was all on the outside of their membership and went really in depth for what happened, the history of Fate, what's happening with it, and kind of where Evil Hat is, and also why they call it Evil Hat at the time. So this all started with the release of Umdaar. So Umdaar is a toolkit setting for Fate, and it didn't make it to physical copies. It's been around for a
Who
while.
played it?
Oh yeah, yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay, what we
yes.
played is we played like Fate put out like I think they called like Worlds of, and they
Mhm.
were not splat books, but they were little
Mhm.
kind of settings and ways that you could use Fate, and I really liked it, and we played it.
And we ate sugary breakfast
Yeah,
cereal.
we did. We had,
That's
oh
it.
yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, yeah. But like I saw this, and I knew that Umdaar had been in development for a while and was pretty excited for it. And so when the tweet came up like Fate is dead with Umdaar, I'm like, what? This is lies. And then they went, oh, this is actually an interview with Fred Hicks. Okay, let me actually read it because
Yes. So sorry I didn't have that in mind. But Rascal News, did a great interview. And they did have to, for full disclosure, Fred Hicks is a supporter of Rascal News. So they have a friendly relationship. They have a friendly relationship.
full disclosure, yeah.
Yes. So so Evil Hat is synonymous with their kind of flagship house system, Fate. And that was crowdfunded. The Fate core book was crowdfunded for $400,000, 10,000 backers back in 2013. But that's a long time ago. So what's happened since? Blades in the Dark, Monster of the Week. So really the history of this is interesting. And I think there's, and Rascal is already onto this. This writer is already onto this. The relationship between internet, roleplay, LARPing, MUDs, and this generation of indie TTRPG designers is very intermixed. Like
Okay.
a lot of people got their start. They were, tech guys or, kind of chronically online people that were doing things in Usenet or MUDs, and that reached the tabletop. Like, and I think once, you could legitimately like produce PDFs for sale or pay what you want. And they also, there's so much in this article. They're also responsible for getting Drive-Thru RPG to do pay what you want, because they did Fate and they said, we give this away for free. We want to offer this on here. We want to offer the version we did, but you don't have to pay what you want. And they said, oh, sure, we do. And Drive-Thru quickly did their pay what you want. So yeah, you could thank Evil Hat for doing that. Although nobody pays anything on Drive-Thru.
No, they don't.
Just be aware
they don't.
of that. So back in, I'll just do this really quick, but because there's a lot in this article. So I'll put a link to the article and definitely check this out. Around 2000, Fred Hicks and Rob Donoghue were on a road trip to Lake Tahoe, and they were talking about their kind of favorite, talking about RPG systems and talking about character traits in many games are thought of as a disadvantage, and it's actually the opposite. So you take a negative trait and you get points back for the system system, but negative traits often result in characters spending more time in the spotlight. And a quote from Fred is that the fact that you have a rival who's hunting you across the continents is fun. It's good. So that's a thing that we aim for. Once you start having that notion of story hooks, spotlight time, etc., being mechanized, you then can start seeing where a lot of Fate grew out of. The modeling fiction, not physics, has always been our mantra. So it wasn't necessarily new, because Fate is basically a hack of Fudge. It's a toolkit for Fudge, and that's where the name comes from. Both of them are acronyms. So so originally Fudge is Freeform Universal Donated Game Engine, and the hack of it, Fate, is Fudge Adventures in Tabletop Entertainment.
I never knew Fate was a hack or an acronym.
Right. And so this came from a lot of the inspiration was Fudge, and then also the innovative Amber dice lists.
Okay, yeah.
So mushes, which is similar to mud. So mushes are multi-user shared hallucinations, which were kind of the first, role-playing digital communities. And so they were really heavy into Amber. So the Amber series, and actually before he was a novelist, Jim Butcher, Donoghue was friends, Hicks and Donoghue were friends with Jim Butcher in these communities doing this. And Jim Butcher was writing like 5,000 words a day, play pretending in like the Amber setting, the Roger Zelazny setting. And so it's interesting the what happened. So if you don't know Jim Butcher is the creator of the Dresden Files.
I was going to say, it makes sense that Dresden File Games went to Evil Hat.
Yes, and so they once they did their Fate thing, then they started to say, let's start helping people that are making great games. So that's where Blades in the Dark came from. It's where Monster of the Week came from, and the Dresden Files. And actually, they're responsible for the Dresden Files becoming TV
Really?
and what it was because of the agent, his agent, Butcher's agent said, "Hey, you've got friends that just successfully kickstarted a game, and you sure you don't want to publish this stuff?" And then she went out to represent him, and Dresden Files became what it did. So check out this article. There's a lot of really great stuff. But what about the end of Fate? So because of this situation where they're publishing Umdaar as only digitally. So it's a print on demand. But this is the first time they're doing. You can get it print on demand.
You can.
But as a PDF. But it's all through through drive-through. So it is available physically, but they kind of backed off of because of the crowdfunding and how things went. So, talking to Hicks, there's part of me that acknowledges that there's a bit of sadness there with the kind of failure of Umdaar, but that's also the part that looks, a part of me that looks at the scope of history that we've been talking about and acknowledges that Fate is a game of the early 2010s. It had its impact, and what is it becoming in the 2020s? He said, I'm wired to be somebody who likes to know that there are questions, but I like it even more when I found answers to them. So any outcome here, it's satisfying because it engenders a conclusion. And so he doesn't see, and Fate will be around forever. He doesn't see it as dying out, but it may not be something that they're actively, producing for. Like, of course, fans and people that enjoy the system will be. So the last thing he said about Fate, I still encounter people even today who will be like, I'm watching a movie and figuring out what the aspects were of each of the characters as it was happening. So he doesn't believe Fate is dead. It is possible for the game to go out of print, but it'll exist forever, but it may just be a thing of its time, and we may, the focus, the genre, the meta, it might just be moving on. And so he isn't ruling it out, but is interested to see what happens in the future.
I'm gonna have to go read the article again.
It's great history.
Because it seemed like clickbait at first. I'm like, what do you mean it's over? And then I went like, oh, you actually interview with Fred Hicks. Okay, fine. So I was interested to know that Blades in the Dark and Monster of the Week, which were originally developed by like Michael Sands and then kind of published later by Evil Hat, and maybe something else that I'm forgetting, sell better than Fate. From Evil Hat. So I'm like, wow, okay, so I kind of get it, right? And I think what happened with Umdaar is they said like the art budget got just too big for this 464-page book, and we kind of can't do anything with it. So here it is. Let's pay you what you want. I think it's going to be print on demand eventually. They said they didn't at this point see a physical publication. That might change. Who knows? But it's interesting. I forget where I saw it, but someone had said, unrelatedly, why is there this mentality now that to be like something has to be perpetually successful?
Right.
And I didn't really think about it until just now. And hearing that quote from Fred Hicks, I'm like, okay, what, it was successful. It did stuff. Like, you don't have to continue something into eternity, right? I mean,
and
so why not?
It's not going everywhere. All the toolkits that have been developed will exist forever, especially with drive-through, with digital archives. They will always exist. The people that created them will always be compensated, so that's a much better system than previously.
I think, spoilers, I get compensation from them too.
What?
Not directly, but like I wrote a mystery and for Monster of the Week back before, and when it got picked up by Evil Hat, in the Tome of Mysteries, my name is in there, and so occasionally I do get royalties for sales of that book.
Beautiful.
Full disclosure.
Full
So
disclosure.
now go buy that book so my pockets get lined, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Go buy that book right now.
It's like quarterly. It's like $30 quarterly. But
Nice.
But
Well,
it's still nice.
Yeah,
right?
not complain. Just keep writing more, and then multiply that by.
I should. Because I know Alan wants to get back together and play Monster of the Week.
Oh, nice. So, Origin of Evil Hat. Sorry, the name. I skipped over that. Hicks, Donoghue, and Lydia Leong were attendees at the AmberCon Northwest, and that's where people play things like the Crisis of Infinite Corwins, and you're all LARPing as Amber characters, all Corwin, I guess. Okay. And so it's amazing. No two games are alike, but Leong was quoted as saying that she was perched on Hicks's head like an evil hat, and Hicks was like, "I'm like." Evil Hat. That's a good brand name. I like that name. It was the early internet. Okay, so let me go register evilhat.com. Cool, we got evilhat.com. Now what do we do with it? And so they were reluctant publishers. Like they didn't really want to become publishers. They had success with Fate, and then they're just like, let's help everybody that we can do this because we don't want to do this, but it as a community, it makes a lot more sense.
I do like that aspect of helping people. Yeah.
Yes. So good origins. I have no transition for this, but spoilers on the monitor behind the chat. John Blanche has passed. So
I saw that.
So Warhammer has officially lost its soul, as if it wasn't gone already.
Yeah, I think Warhammer lost its soul a long time ago. Yeah.
So Trish Carden on Facebook has posted, I'm afraid to bring you very sad news today. John Blanche's wife, Lynn, has asked me to let you all know that John passed away a couple of days ago. John was an inspirational artist devoted to his family and good friends, to many, always generous with his time and knowledge. He was very well loved by all who knew him and worked with him. He'll be hugely missed. The world of Warhammer was brought to life by his vision of the grimdark setting, and know his art has meant a lot to many of you. He leaves behind an enormous legacy that has enriched many people's lives. So the family will say goodbye privately, but there will be a future celebration event planned that people locally can attend to honor him. So many quotes, but when people just saying goodbye, saying their appreciation, posting convention photos and stuff. But I think one of the quotes was Sean Aberg, the Dungeon Degenerates creator, did a blog post kind of attributing John Blanche. He just lost his father, so he took some time to actually write this. So that's how much John Blanche meant to him. And a great quote from him was, he was instrumental into adding punk and metal into the gaming world so that things weren't so fucking dorky.
I don't know, they're pretty flippin' dorky.
Yeah, they're still dorky now, but yes. So this is really sad. Blanche retired from Games Workshop in 2023 as their art director. He began in the 70s, so he gave them 40.
I didn't realize he was there that long.
Yeah. I guess it was late 70s, almost it was 40 some years of his life. Wow. I really wish, you can't argue with a steady paycheck, and he did kind of set up the look of things, but I really wish he could have, like a lot of the Games Workshop, the original people, Priestley and everybody, just left and done something amazing of his own instead of being shackled to, Games Workshop, because, he created the, grimdark, really separated that, because especially for role play, which is what Warhammer started as, it came to the UK, the American version came where we think castles are made of fiberglass, and you use you use perspective and angles that actually make them look big, and it's basically more inspired by the Wild West and cowboys than anything else. And so when the UK really made it their own, that's when the grimdark, for Warhammer Fantasy and then 40K really came out, and he was so instrumental in shaping that look and feel. And so many people on social media expressing their gratitude for his inspiration, and really was what made a lot of people start being creative, start playing Warhammer. He was a big motivation for a lot of people to do things. So nearly 46 years he worked with Games Workshop. But recently, so after stepping away, he worked on a few games, such as he did some work for the Trench Crusade book, his own On Guard, the dueling miniatures game where he designed all of the individual characters, and Voodoo Forest, which I hadn't heard of before. So if Games Workshop does not set up a museum with all of the work of his that they've been hoarding in, drawers or where, if they even still have it. I'm sure they moved offices and just, trashed it. But if they don't tribute the creator of the entire look and feel of their brand, that is bullshit. What?
I'm not willing to risk a lot, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Because GW wants to go
it's
nameless,
the IP,
faceless, corporate, thanks you to the creative team kind of thing. They don't want any internal celebrities because they'll just leave.
Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. They were lucky that he stayed, because he could have taken he could have given that look and those designs, that feel to a whole other company, because that's not patentable, trademarkable, or anything. That look,
I'm
the
sure they would
look and
try.
feel of it.
I'm sure they would try. They tried to trademark Space Marine.
Right.
Huh?
Right. Yeah. So ironically, a trailer came out for the one of those CG video trailers to promote 11th edition, and like the little thing, there is only war, the emperor on his throne thing that is written in the beginning of every rulebook. So the narration over this video is that only told from like a heretical Xenos point of view. So talking about the corpse king and, making it as dark as possible. Some people are saying, they're getting back into their satire. I just think they don't know. They know they can't glamorize the empire, the imperial. So they have to use that perspective. But the last line of that fucking video,
I'm going to have to look this up.
John Blanche is probably on his deathbed. And the last thing that video says is, "You will not be missed." And the motherfuckers that are not going to be missed are Games Workshop, when the tech corporate entertainment company claws that IP out of your greasy little fucking hands and does what they did to Star Wars and Star Trek and everything else to it. So fuck all you guys if you do not do appropriate tribute to John Blanche. And let's end in his own words. So John Blanche they didn't let him do independent interviews. A lot of people were saying, he didn't, there's not a lot of, non-Games Workshop official stuff released, but Black Library did an interview with him towards the end of his career at Games Workshop. And the last thing he said was really sad and really striking. So he had been ill. And so, talking about having something to leave to his family, I was seriously ill a few years ago. It was a matter of life and death. And as I lay there, I thought, what will I leave behind? I've done loads of work, but lost lots of it, or kept in a drawer. And that's it. So he's pondering at the end of his life, what's his legacy? What's he going to do? Even when, he was fighting illness before. And so now that the end has come, give proper tribute to his legacy. You're ridiculous if they don't. It's shameful if it doesn't happen.
I was kind of wondering when I saw that, and before this, I was thinking about I think it's I'm drawing a blank. The War Games Fanatics, John Blanche paint sets.
Oh yeah.
And first I was kind of like, I'm like, I think these are only popular because when you buy them, you'll think, ooh, I'll paint like John Blanche with these. I'm like, no, you won't. No, you won't, right?
Right.
But then, after this, I was thinking, I hope his family keeps getting, I don't know what deal they had.
Yeah,
but hopefully his family keeps getting something from the sale of these things for having his name on it, right?
Right. Yeah, if the contracts were saying, his estate
I hope the contract was decent,
handle
right?
that. Yes. Yeah, and so that's the thing we should mention too is, sorry, I blew the whole ending of that, but Blanchitsu, was coined as a style of miniature painting that he did in kit bashing too, kit bashing as well, and miniature painting that matched the style of his art more appropriately than the panel lined and shaded versions of the heavy metal, painter guys at Games Workshop. So he's been very inspirational. If you just search his name and search Blanchitsu, you will see tons of that kind of grimdark style that represented his artwork much more accurately in miniatures.
Something you said. I'm going to have to go watch that trailer, because maybe not time to discuss it now. I think one of the problems that GW has, especially with fascism and players you don't actually want, is there has not been a reliable non-imperial voice for 40K. And people have equated it to Starship Troopers and how okay, this is all we're getting all the imperial propaganda side, but we never ever get a counter opinion that doesn't end up being like tainted by chaos or somehow unreliable or something. So like that's why you end up, I think that's at least part of the problem, why you end up with people you don't actually want in your game, where if it could be like, nope, you know what, like I think that's why I kind of like Renopia a little bit, where like, no, everybody's bad, everybody's messed up, and here's reliable evidence across it. So I don't know. Yeah, the constant, well, the Imperium is bad, but everyone else is a whole lot fucking worse. So I'm like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And there is a 2023 authorized biography of Blanche called The Rise of Grimdark. If you want to take a look at his career, I'm sure it's well illustrated if they did their job. But yeah, see you in Hell Games Workshop. You will not be fucking missed.
So when was that sponsorship coming through?
Yeah. Oh, shit. All right. Let's talk about crowdfunding in Q1 of 2026. What the hell's going on? I thought there was a war and the oil and the no money and what's going on. 2026 saw the first quarter for the first 3 months saw 25% more in crowdfunding campaigns year upon year, so compared to 2025
in TTRPGs.
Yes, strictly only TTRPGs.
So it's all Neon Odyssey, right?
No,
that's the outlier.
No, it's not included yet because Neon Odyssey was outside of Q1. Okay. Yeah, so we've even got more, and we've talked about all of these kind of crazy things that happen. So in the first 3 months of 2026, 21 TTRPG crowdfunders raised more than $100,000 or more each. So that's 35% more than previous year. Wow. In that 100,000 bracket, it was $8 million overall that was raised. That's 25% more than last year. And only one campaign similar to last year broke the $1 million mark. And that was Archon Games Pumpkin Spice. Remember that? We talked about that cozy witch, whatever is going on with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that did amazingly well. And there was, of course, in that first, the Zenetopia, Zine Quest. So each one of those campaigns raised between 3,000 to 4,000 that were successful each. We had some Numenera from Monty Cook, Blade 68 from Evil Hat. And 61 of the 21 were 5th edition nonsense. Yeah, of course. But but a lot of amazing stuff. Like right away, I can't believe crowdfunding is going so strong. So Beyond the Woods for Legends in the Mist, Temeraire that we talked about, the Napoleonic Wars with Dragons, Deadlands 30th anniversary, that cozy pumpkin spice, 1.5 million. Jeez, that's an Italian studio too. Mutants and Masterminds got a 4th edition. Castle and Crusaders got a spell book. Dungeon Inc., which we played the Kickstarter of, which was fun as hell.
Is anything from Two Little Mice in there?
Not yet. No, they came. I think that they came in the second quarter.
I was trying to remember when they outgunned superheroes and things.
Yeah, that was. I think that was last year. And they just did a new one. Old School Adventures did their Pinball Crawl Classics. We got a Thundercats game. We got a Tainted Grail game, and the re-release of Toon, the cartoon role-playing game by Steve Jackson Games. So spending isn't declining. This is actually pretty crazy. And what were they? So when this was written, so we got this data so far. We're not done with our third quarter yet, or our second quarter yet. And during that second quarter, we had Dungeon Crawler Carl. The Sword World was delayed, so that probably would have been pretty big, but that's delayed. Old School Essentials had May for their Demon Monster month. So yeah, we had OSC month. And of course, as Chris mentioned, the Neon Odyssey Kickstarter, which finished at 14.5 million. But when I saw it it was a few hours before, and I'm like, oh, should we go live? Should we go live? It was over 15. So some people were like, nope. They lost about 500,000 in the final. So usually there's a final push, but I think with this thing, people are like, why do I need plushies of these aliens? I don't know. What am I doing? Yeah, and they or their credit cards didn't go through. those
declined over your maximum limit.
Yeah, so that's $500,000 and people that were over their spending limits. But so all of that stuff is coming second quarter, and we're not even done. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff coming out now. Yeah, so Outgunned is doing their Broken Compass kind of tribute. So they're porting that into Outgunned Adventure, and they're doing different theme books for that. So
I just deleted those emails because I'm like, I can't.
More of those little fucking books.
I'm like, they look amazing. Can't.
Right. Yeah, and sorry. They need to they're doing neat accessories, but they're kind of doing samey, like just swapping colors or swapping symbols on coins and dice for each of their.
Jeremy, you gotta have the dice that match
that's
the
what
theme
I'm
of
sorry.
the game you're
Yes.
playing.
What was I
Like
thinking?
the outgun action is like cars and bullets, like the outgun superheroes are like
Right.
blast and stuff. Like,
Yeah, if you use those
I'm being
purple and
sarcastic here,
gold
right?
dice,
Like-
you're getting silly. Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm,
as you yourselves have said,
Mhm.
if people are willing to buy it, why not?
Yeah, of course. And if it's the first, if you're only going in on that, yeah, you'll want the dice that they made specifically for that. But for me, it's just getting a little samey. They are doing an interesting thing. They did this with Household too, a dice scroll. So it's a faux leather like scroll holder, but you're supposed to put dice in it. It's got like a little cap on it. It's like cute, but like it looks like a pencil case, but it's like an old scroll thing. So they've been doing that since Household, and we're getting another one of those. But so things are going crazy still with so people want some new tabletop RPG. Well, sequels. More supplements.
More. I think MOAR is more. Yeah.
Right. So something else that's probably going to do pretty well in this second quarter of, I like how we're talking Q2 2026.
Welcome to the Economics Podcast, right?
The Book of Unnumbered Worlds by Synonomia Publishing. So, of course, that is Kevin Crawford, his Without Numbers series. So this is the new Without Number. So they've done a bunch of different genres, fantasy. I think he recently did cyberpunk and kind of post-apocalypse. So several.
What was the cyberpunk one? Credits without
cities without number.
Oh, okay.
And so done a lot of stuff. So the reason that they do these crowdfunders, most of the time this stuff is available. I think the stripped down without the art is always free.
Okay.
And but if you want the offset print version, and it's very pricey, they're not pulling punches. Like this is $85 for a book, but it's going to be the offset, beautiful hand stitched binding, nice version, not the print on demand, could fall apart, the glue could fall apart in a year or two version. So yeah, $85 plus shipping and handling. All art, writing, and design in this book is entirely human created and does not involve use of AI.
Okay.
So this is a source book with built-in support for all original fantasy world, system neutral. There's tags and tables that he uses with step-by-step instructions for doing maps, nations, societies, and religion. This does not reprint anything that's been produced before. So, Worlds Without Numbers and Cities Without Numbers, anything, these aren't tools that are just like, recollected. This is all original new stuff. It's as plug and play as needed. So from the Kickstarter page, the Book of Unnumbered Worlds is a collection of tools that have been refined and organized and focused on fantasy world building. From the first chapter to the last, every page is built to help the reader create their own campaign setting or flesh out an existing game. Step-by-step procedures, a collection of lists and snippets, frameworks, tropes, twists, and building blocks. So you need to start a village for your campaign, a scheming ducal court, an eldritch abomination, an infernal cult. So they have all the building blocks and procedures to do that. So they'll let you focus on the enjoyable parts of creation and world building and not, making all of the little decisions. So terrain tags and geography chapters will help you actually build continents. And then also ideas for antagonists, friends, local complications, places of interest, and adventure-worthy loot. So yeah, some nice tools, and the previous books have always been lauded as since there is a system in there is kind of a setting, but you don't have to use it. You can just use the tools for generation. There's really nice tables for generating kind of random things. So these books have always been useful, and the art-free versions are always available.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, free for a low price of what would you pay? Pay what you want. But these are the offset print, nice versions. This is your only chance to get these. They're only going to do this once, and they're $85. So I always, and they usually restrict. There's a region, it's restricted to where they're even going to ship it. So it's hard to get these books done this way, and that's why they do this as a crowdfunder. And I think that's really respectable. Like they get the work out there. These tools are always available. But if you want if you want to put it on your shelf and you don't want it to fall apart, this is the version to get. It's going to be the nicest, the reproduction of the art is going to be the nicest, and it's going to be a very durable version, and that's why it costs so much.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, that's what I really feel crowdfunding is for. It's like we have this idea, we have this thing, we're not able to make it without your help.
Right.
And like you said, okay, I haven't actually looked at the other stuff, but like if it's the text only version is kind of like always free. It's like, no, we want you to have this. It's useful. But if you want, like you said, if you want the fancy book, that costs money. So
yeah, And so, yeah, if we raise the
Crowdfunding,
funding,
yep.
funding to do it, it reduces, if they get they can print a certain number of copies, the price per volume goes down. So yeah, it's a good way to do things. And I just regret that I've only, so in previous campaigns, they've done a print on demand, kind of at cost coupon.
Really? Okay.
So you pledge like $20 or $30 and they just send you a coupon for, the production cost and shipping. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all you have to pay. This time they're not doing that. This is just for, so it's just the PDF or the offset print. Nice
Maybe they ran
version.
into problems with how
It might be. Well, and eventually it's going to hit drive-through in that version anyhow, like after this is over. So yeah, maybe they just thought that wasn't, not enough people supported it, or it just wasn't an easy thing. Because sometimes, with drive-through, there's logistics, like, you send somebody the code for the on-demand and they don't, or the at cost print on demand, they don't use it, it expires. And so there might be a lot more customer service involved in that. So they'll just let it happen on the site. Who knows? That's speculation. But, that's going to do it for this week. So where can people find you?
Blue Sky and Instagram. That's Hivemind, HYVEMYND. Or this Sunday at the Naniwa Kuman Community Center.
Yes.
If you want to play some games of Great Helm, right? Come on down to Osaka.
Get out there.
Yeah. And what am I talking about? Oh, it's mostly Great Helm stuff. Slowly trying to paint things up and get my board or other boards done. But,
right.
Yeah.
Multi.
How about you?
Words. Hey, I'm doing a single panel gag cartoon, which I just started doing for June, and you can find that both on YouTube and Twitch as under Abuse Cartoons. You can read the entire collection of those digitally archived forever at gocomics.com/domestic abuse. And also check out rcharvey.com. It's a website that I edited for decades. The writing of R.C. Harvey about comics, American comic books and cartooning. Great stuff and worth checking out. But if you like what we're doing here on the weekly, consider becoming a weekling.
The strongest of all supporters.
You can do that at patreon.com/upturntable. There you can tell us, send us links and tell us what we're going to see. Oh, and speaking of which, I did get a notification that what's that?
Nope, we're fine.
Okay, good. Okay, I did get notification that there will be a digital tribe on My Mini Factory 4 Warzone Eternal. So, yeah, that was a surprise. So thank you, thanks for the tips on those. Upturntable.com is the website where you can find everything, all our videos, actual plays, and tools, and all that stuff. And you can also the Patreon and YouTube members have membership content. Plus, the Patreon has an RSS feed, which will be the audio of this live stream cleaned up, so it's nice and listenable.
Sweetened and auto-tuned.
Yes, and you can also support us on supertip.gg, and we'll play during the second half of the live stream. We'll play your voice chats, and they stay archived, so we can play them at any time. If you say something particularly funny, it will become our new soundboard. Okay. So let us know what's wrong with what we're doing by using the voice of J.R.R. Tolkien. Okay. So that's going to do it for this week. We'll be back again next week.
Later, mortals.
Goodbye. All right. So good to see everybody in the chat. I saw Abyss's message there. Oh, and hey, Paul Bach is here, and I saw a new name pop up. Thanks so much for Juan Ochoa. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, so this is the time. So if we do have any super tips, I'll play them during this time. But if you do say something very inflammatory, I can play it during the main podcast as well. And I saw Abyss's message. The real the real ranting begins after the break. Oh man. But yeah, that was sad news. I mean, I think John Blanche had been fighting illness for on and off for a long time. He wasn't young because he gave 46 years of his life to Games Workshop. But yeah, it's good to see all of the love and people just like so inspirational, so so important to their hobby, their game life, their creative life, everything. And even like that, so Sean Aber taking that time to write that blog post, and he reproduced the text of the Black Library interview, which is one of the few rare interviews. And the kind of famous Emperor on the Golden Throne art. There was a great, I think it was that Black Library interview where Blanche said that this is not intended to be what the Emperor actually looks like. This is more like the propaganda that the Empire would produce, like a painted, like a Russian Orthodox, painted panel. Like, oh yes, this must be where he is. He's sitting watching over us. He's still on his throne. Like it was meant to be propaganda, and Games Workshop hasn't quite figured out what they're doing with that, because especially even in that trailer they gave teases and flashes of a corpse emperor, but still they could say, just because of the tone of that video, it was definitely a heretic or some voice, anti-empire voice. And that's why I think and not to go off into too much of this nonsense, but I think that's why the Horus Heresy era is so much more interesting than the 40K era, especially about the the status, the religion of the emperor. I thought that was handled, especially in the Siege of Terra series, that came up a lot with the Imperial Guards having that book, which was kind of contraband, the holy book of kind of the cult of the emperor. And so that's interesting. And the kind of current setting is not. And and like Chris said, they don't know what to do with their fascist thing. They're like, nobody likes fascists, so GW doesn't either, even though that's all the characters in our setting. But whatever. Yeah, like I've seen, and there's so many, white knight, ball washing, whatever. People are supporting Games Workshop so heavily. You see on every message board, if anybody's critical, people jump in and say whatever. And even when we were talking about, they had a little, maybe 5-7 years ago on the cast, we were talking about they're having a little bit of financial trouble with something, and there were comments on the stream and in the videos. It's like, no, actually they're doing better than ever. And people are so in love with this fucking company that doesn't give a shit about you. And so somebody made an interesting point that "you will not be missed" at the end of that could also be referring to their statement, Warhammer is for everybody. If you don't like it, go away. You will not be missed. But I really think that much more sounds like, if you're not going to pay our prices, if we're not going to pay what we want for this gray plastic, fuck off. You will not be missed. We only care about the people that are getting into the hobby, paying the thousands of dollars to build the army, getting a new edition, that whole army goes obsolete, and then they leave. You will not be missed. Come back for 12th edition. That's their fucked up cycle. Yikes. But yes, so thanks again, Arturo, for the super sticker. And and one more time, let's get Matt to totally. I'm just actually testing to make sure that this is still working. Get Matt's super tip. Another voice here. Come on. Oh, there's no overlay. What? It's there. Oh no. Already had a already had a technical glitch on this thing. Fuck. Okay. If I make it unread again. Okay, well, I'll see why that's not working. But yes, so thanks everyone for hanging out with us in the chat. Calarion is asking Sensei Chris some questions. Nice. Yes. Yeah. So JIG is the Japan International Gamers Guild or something. That's such a terrible name. But they have a gaming meetup, and there's a lot of very uncomfortable people there. But it's also a nice place to meet people, for gaming and stuff. But a lot of weird groups form around board games that they declare are the best board games ever made, and if you're not playing them, you're a lesser person and whatever. There's a lot of weird board game snobs there, but Chris is going to run. So sometimes some more gamers show up and run the kind of skirmish stuff. So Chris is going to run Great Helm on that nice board with all those the figures, the War Games Atlantic Knights, the Foot Knights. So that should be cool. Yeah, that Free League bundle. Thanks, Matt, for sending me that link. That Free League bundle is awesome. I mean, if you haven't, if you're kind of late to Free League, you could just have everything that they've ever done as PDFs. Very cheap, less than the price for one PDF. And Paul was saying, shame that Umdaar isn't available in print. Yeah, I like the idea of Masters of the Universe Fate. Yeah, so Chris ran that like early days, I think like 2018. Chris ran that, and like we did a Saturday morning cartoon version. So kind of Thundar the Barbarian, kind of Masters of the Universe, that science and super sorcery, post-apocalyptic thing with those original tools when they were made, and it was really fun. And I got a bunch of sugary breakfast cereal. We all sat with cereal bowls and played Saturday morning cartoon. Kind of using what it ended up being released as Umdaar. So that was really fun. So Paul saying, not sure what Kevin Crawford has cooked up for this new book, but that hasn't already been covered. I know there's so many so many books already for so many settings. Yeah. And this is, unless you're a hardcore fan, $85 for it's probably like a 300 some page book, but that's a price. So you're probably paying more than $100 to get a copy of that. Matt was saying the Dresden Files Fate book is way, way, way too dense and complicated for Fate in ways I don't think it was built for. Interesting. Yeah. And that probably was, just part of like where it came from, and them being friends, with Butcher and wanting to like appropriately, represent his stuff. But it's crazy. Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah. Abyss says things change, things end, and I think that the creator was pretty sober about it, and because it just kind of came out of that whole the people that were meeting at these cons obsessed with Amber. that was really cool. There's definitely something to follow with doing a series of interviews, or even like a documentary. That would be fun, of the early internet origins of today's kind of tabletop. So I don't think it's as, Wizards of the Coast is making it more of a theater kids thing, but I think it was LARPers and chronically online early days, like not even when it was good, when it was dial-up, Usenet and everything, chronically online people like role-playing in chat rooms and stuff that had a bigger influence on where tabletop is now. It's easier to say theater kids because that sounds like it's a nice derogative term, but I think I think that there's some interesting origins there. So what's his face, the Playing at the World, Peterson should get on that, and maybe already is. I haven't read the second volume of his new version of Playing at the World, so maybe he does kind of cover that. Although I think it's more, just D&D and very mainstream focus. I don't know if he gets very far into the 2000s, but yes. So this is fate is ending. It's for the best. Sorry, and Oh, nice. Matt saying most of the people in my Tacticus guild didn't even know who John Blanche was. Yeah, I seriously considered leaving the guild. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. There was a, oh no, it didn't come up in the Discord, but there was a, Professor Dungeon Master was doing an interview with the Shadow Dark creator. And the theme of so interview with her, and the theme of the video was Gary Gygax a bad guy? And him going, in the thumbnail. And of course, the Marcus Aurelius connection with what's her name? I can't think of the designer's name for Shadow Dark. Gary Gygax once touched me on the shoulder, and so she's legitimized in the gaming world. But the interesting thing that I did read somebody talking about Shadow Dark, that it is probably, of all the OSR choices, and there maybe the reason for its success is it looks and feels very OSR, but is probably the easiest transition from 5e into something not 5e. So that may explain a lot of its popularity. Is it can get new players because they don't have to rewind their settings or expectations or anything. And I thought that was, so they went down kind of a few bullet points of what works, the descending armor class, and some of the stuff that Shadow Dark has that kind of would make sense with people that have been chronically 5e for their whole tabletop experience. So Paul was saying, I don't think GW realized he was there that long either. I'm pretty sure I'll hear of his passing on Sports Center before they give his passing an acknowledgement. Yeah. I really wish, because that was a thing. What is it? Gendy Tartakovsky, the guy that did the really good Clone Wars animation for Cartoon Network, was asked to be the animation director at Lucasfilm, like pre Disney days, and turned that down. He would have been locked in. Like, he probably would have been locked into doing Star Wars cartoons for the rest of his career, and he didn't. So he did his own stuff, and we wouldn't have the caveman and dinosaur animation, the wordless animation show Primal, I think it's called, that he did. That's amazing. Like, we wouldn't have stuff like that. So I really wish John Blanche would have, somebody would have inspired him to do his own thing, go out on his own. It seemed like towards the end of his life, he realized what an inspiration he was to a lot of people, and was trying to, put his creativity into smaller projects that would live on. But they really should. I mean, they need to do, and who knows what it was probably work for hire. I'm sure it was an ugly relationship. He was there so early, though. That's the kind of tricky part, is like early days, they were really bad with contracts, for, creatives and stuff. So who knows, what, and it was probably revised over the years, and especially when they became a publicly traded company, to protect themselves. But I really wonder what is the state of his art and creativity. In that interview, him saying, when he was sick earlier and wondering at the end of his life, like, what is he going to leave behind? That's really painful stuff, because somebody should have been preserving this the whole time. At least Frank Frazetta has his granddaughters to take care of that. But I really wish, I really hope that there is some sort of proper respect. And, even if it's a shitty wing of Warhammer world or whatever, there should be some sort of permanent collection of his original art, and who knows what the state of it is, though. It might be being traded to private collectors, when somebody cleaned out an office at, when Games Workshop moved locations, whatever they did, who knows? That's an insane amount of time to give to a company that, I mean, they, with 10th edition, they did that limited edition box set that had like swappable art, that had the Golden Throne art, and had the covers for like previous editions. So they were kind of doing a retro thing, and I think they probably knew, that he didn't have many years. Well, I guess no, that was the time when he stepped down with 10th edition. Wow, he was there for 10 editions of 40K. That's insane. Oh man. Oh, nice. So Juan is saying, I'm stunned at a corporation not respecting the workers who make it successful. Stunned, not that stunned, but yeah, I know. Yeah, and that's he's probably the last name at Games Workshop, and you're starting to see nameless people that have left Games Workshop in recent years doing YouTube channels. You don't know who the fuck they were, but I'm the guy that created this rule set or this or whatever. You're like, oh, okay. We don't know that. I mean, maybe it's probably not even in the rule books. But yeah, so people are trying to take their, it's not any celebrity or whatever, but their experience and to YouTube channels and stuff. But yeah, it's not easy when they haven't let your name get printed anywhere. Yes. Paul was saying, just play Tau and lie to yourself that there aren't sterilizing Xenos to utilize as useful idiots. Yes. That whole tone is so funny. Matt saying Games Workshop was also has a small scandal with their new pre-painted terrain. They use photos that were professionally painted to promote it, and the final product looks very different. Of course they did. Yeah, I mean they're doing this stuff in China. The quality control is going to be all over the place. I knew as soon as with those kill team boxes, or even I think when that blood kill death thing came out, the first kind of version of Kill Team, when they did the kind of PVC or whatever, the different quality plastic from China for the terrain, because they could do it a lot cheaper. And then Brexit fucked that all up, because then they can't get stuff from China and cards printed in the UK and put them in the same box. And yeah, so they kind of fucked things up, or Brexit kind of fucked things up for their plans to like start sending production over to China. But the books are all made in China now. I mean, so how the hell are they charging $70, for codexes that are printed in China? It's insane. At least you could like deal with it if they were printed in Lithuania or the UK. It's like, okay, it's gonna, be a little bit better quality control, not so many mistakes and, busted spines, but yeah, not true. This is, I think, the list is pretty damn long when you think of all the shit Games Workshop has actually pulled. Oh yeah, and people, are telling on them all the time. Oh man. Oh, cool. So Paul was saying too, Last Days of Angel Kite was the first campaign that I GM'd. Oh, and he did the art. Oh, nice one. Oh, very cool. I gotta look one up. I'm saying too, Paul, it was my second professional gig. Drop a 20-year career when I realized I could draw for games and maybe not starve. Very cool. Oh, wow. Excellent. Well, nice to have you in the chat. Well, that's very awesome. Abyss is listing the sins of Games Workshop, creating massive FOMO, limiting boxed sets to 2 to 4 max per store. Oh yeah, they're totally killing the local game stores, selling out to scalpers before launch. DMCA, all fan projects for YouTube for their own failed platform, plus all of the 3D printer artists that they're going after, just like AI, botting takedowns to all the sites that aren't even related to Games Workshop. I mean, some of them are obviously like proxy. They're doing proxy digital miniatures, but some of the stuff that was just got all this big net with a bunch of dolphins in it. Not all copyright breakers. Yeah, quite a list. Bishop saying, I was forced to stop playing Kill Team because I couldn't even purchase a single box set for 3 releases in a row. Yeah, and the stupidity they did with Kill Team is just amazing. Yes. Yeah, Paul saying off-print runs really squeeze the wallet. Nothing hits the brakes harder than seeing fulfillment through RPG. Yeah, they're because they're using what the Ingram's Lightning for doing all their print on demand stuff. I think the price has gone up and the quality is just hovering right above acceptable. I just because they just released the expert set book. They're perfect bound, so they're, you know, and they don't have the holes punched in them. But I ordered the books for the basic and the expert set, the print on demand from Drive Thru, because they just became available, and I guess when they put it on there, they did a big discount. So I ordered a couple of those and I want to do a video kind of comparing the original to the new ones, but those would be nice. I mean, I really would love to do a, you know, contents of the basic box set and let's just play. So, you know, keep on the Borderlands, or, you know, Into the Unknown, whatever whatever we want to do as the first module, and just like with that box and, you know, with one set of dice and some character sheets, try to play in person and to see what that experience is like. So I thought I just wanted to see what the quality of those were, and they're not. They're real fuzzy, and they only give you one quality. There's not like a standard and a premium. So yeah, I don't know. And I guess, you know, because they would need to rebuild. I think if they scan stuff and then they try to do some digital cleaning up, it still ends up with weird artifacts and kind of, it's just real fuzzy. And I think also the paper that the print on demand stuff doesn't take the ink all that well. So they're that print on demand stuff is, you know, it's just you don't want to get your original books any more destroyed than they already are. Yeah. Oh, the stream isn't ending, by the way. What? Oh no, what? oh, that's right. We went on a break. Yeah, thanks for letting everybody know. Abyss, yeah, silly going away and coming back. We just have to. I think Chris did leave on camera one time, but yeah, we just want to do a little tradition so I can stretch my legs, get another cup of coffee, and finish it. But Matt's saying there's a whole consulting class for crowdfunding now, like politics. People who make money telling you how to run your campaign. Yeah, and their money is tied to your success, so they push you to go big. Yeah. A couple of I think there was a big wasn't there a big consultant that was working with the Cyberpunk trading card game? There was some, yeah. And they sometimes they mention that on the Kickstarter page, because that definitely, you know, and that's the thing. Neon Odyssey did that too, where after their big push, then the social media advertising happens. So they get a lot of attention at the beginning from whatever, you know, word of mouth promotion stuff. Then when stuff lags, then they start hitting Instagram and whatever with ads. So I see in that Neon Odyssey everywhere. Yeah, but respect though that they just ended the campaign. They didn't pull that Cyberpunk trading card thing where they're like, okay, and 3, 2, 1, and you got about 3 more weeks if you want to, you know, get in on this. It's like, wait, what? They just ended it, and so the campaign is finished. And yeah, respect for raising 14.5 million. I think that says a lot more about Wizards of the Coast lacking a you know, sci-fi setting that feels like 5e, you know, that like, you know, is what people want to play with 5e instead of all this, you know, third party stuff. That's amazing that they were able to generate all of that and paid for that anime trailer and all those plushies and miniatures, and it's crazy. So that's another one we'll have to see if it actually fulfills. Let's see what people get. Oh man, nice. I gotta check your workout, Juan. That's very cool. Having artists in the chat. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I really wonder what we're going to see in the future. Yeah, there was a really, I think it showed up on Amazon or something. There was a really weird documentary called like Grim and Dark, or The Grim and Dark or something. Some guy going on like, oh, I want to play a game with my son, and I'm going to go to my friendly local, you know, game store and find out what there is out there. So he went through, like, he talked to the creators of 1490 Doom and a couple like that, small indie creators, and did interviews like, what is grimdark and what is a setting and what is miniature wargaming. And it was kind of, I guess, you know, if you're coming with zero information, I guess it was a good introduction, but it was really cringy the way he did it. Like, I'm going to call my friend. Oh, where should we? Let's go to that store. I'll show you something. I'll introduce you to some people. And it was a weird, it was really weird how they set it up. I wish they would have just, you know, said, grimdark, what is it? Let's talk to some people. Instead, he had to couch it in this, oh, I'm going to play something with my son. What are we going to do? And I forget where it was based and what the store was. Probably somewhere in the Northwest, but in the U.S. But yeah, that was silly. There should have been a better there should have been something better about that. And I didn't get far enough in. I got too cringed out. I couldn't get far enough in it. So I don't know how, if they talked about John Blanche or anything. They were mostly just talking about, mechanics of skirmish war games and dark fantasy looking stuff. Oh man. Yeah, so we'll see. I really hope, I hope because this has been coming for a while. I mean, I think, Blanche had been ill on and off for a while, so Games Workshop should do something, but we'll see. There's a lot of bad stuff. Matt says, Jeremy, Cubicle 7's Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay First Edition PDF scans. They sell on drive-thru. It has some of those, the great old color plates. Oh, wow. Oh, in black and white. Oh, in black and white. Oh no. Yeah, that was the only good thing, because I ordered a copy of the second module in the Desert Nomads series that we're going to do X5, and they do it's color, like they have these kind of toned art in that module, and it does appear in color, but that does also skew. The blacks aren't really black then. If the print on demand machine is told to do color and mostly black text, it doesn't do like a second pass or anything to make the blacks nice and dark. But I was surprised that there was actually, and the back of the expert rule book has the flyer, the catalog, TSR catalog with all of the pages all in color. So it's funny that they decided that was the content of the box. And so they included that. So no module, but they added the flyer into the contents of the expert set, because that was the newest book. So maybe that's, wanted to do something a little different than they'd done before. Yeah, that's infuriating. I hope there's some, because I think that the Blanche biography is done like it's like an independent press or whatever. It's not easy to get. You got to order it directly from the publisher. I don't think it's on Amazon or anything. So I hope that gets wider release, and I hope there's a collection of his stuff. I hope they do a big collection of his work like through the years, because it's got to be. I mean, if they even can get their hands on any of it, it's got to be insane. I hope there's better than just the little spot placement of the art that was done in some of the rule books and stuff, because they're not going to be able to recreate that very well. Paul says, talk is cheap. If people really want to hurt GW, they'd stop buying their product. Yeah, but they're the only game in town, much like D&D, and their respective field. Yeah, that's the first place everybody starts. You see so many people post pictures on social media, whatever. I'm getting into it, and they got $500 worth of GW miniatures. Like, here I go. It's like, those are all the fun. Like, okay, great. There's another one. Yeah, but hopefully, because people do burn out. You gotta have insane disposable. You gotta have a trust fund basically for Games Workshop to participate in that, and it not to hurt, or be looking for alternatives on how to play. So people hopefully will burn out on that fast and go, God damn, and then, miniatures agnostic, I can use my Skaven to play this, or whatever. That'd be that's all the best we can hope for. And I guess the same thing with D&D. Once it goes mostly all digital, it's less reliable. You don't have access to the books and stuff. If people try it, if somebody drags you in, drags you onto D&D Beyond, and then you're like, okay, this is all this is, and then maybe you can get take the off ramp onto something a little more with a little more love put into it. But yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, people just have to stop supporting that nonsense and paying that price. I mean, but it's it's the FOMO, like Abyss was talking about, and it's also D&D and Warhammer are such communities, like they're such sizable communities. You're gonna find players. Like if you fall in love with this tiny, or even something published by Mantic or whatever, good luck. Or that was the thing with Chronopia. So I posted the unboxing my dwarf army for Chronopia, and one of the comments was like, good luck finding somebody to play with, which is very true, because that game is going to have limited distribution. It's going to a smaller UK company now to continue producing the miniatures. So yeah, I mean, good luck. So if you want to play a game, yeah, the bigger the better for finding other people. But those communities often suck. I mean, that's the thing that's I've in my experience, finding a game that attracts, like-minded people with a similar temperament of person, I think works well, because there's so many horror stories about 5e sessions and the players in 5e sessions and players in a 40k at shops. It's like, that guy, that guy meme or stereotype. Those big hobbies attract big assholes. So it's nice. So that was the thing I could never forget about Netrunner. Like the Netrunner community and like people that were attracted to that game. Just we created a tabletop RPG group out of that and everything, and it brought the people that started the original version of this podcast were all attracted to that. So it created like-minded people that had a similar temperament and weren't edge lords or anybody just trying to piss people off, like just be as difficult or as miserable as possible. That was really nice. So I think once people see that as finding your game, even if it's World of Darkness or whatever, finding your game that has the kind of people you want to spend time with. And I think that's what, like, with our online actual play group, I think the, free league games and everything that attracted Matt and Will, for us to play together, I think that kind of stuff was really good. And the Modifius stuff, you guys swallowed swallowed the bullet. What is the expression? And played some 2D20 Modifius and it went okay. So yeah, there's good stuff. Yes, no, that's true. You are a lesser person if you don't own the top 100 Board Game Geek games. That's true. Yeah, I am a lesser person. I don't think anything I own is in the top 100 because I love the Ameritrash board games. All right. Was there a Fisto? Please tell me there was a Fisto. Oh, man. No, but that's really true. We'll have to see. Oh man. Juan was talking to Paul again. I was talking to one of my players earlier about the AI NPC thing they're pushing now, and we both shrugged and pointed at the AD&D and Beck Me stuff on my bookshelf. Yeah. Yep. Not especially if that's the way that they're going. Yeah, because that that will be the thing if they're going to promote you like the group they have now, Dungeon Masters or whatever. Yeah, the voice actors and people that they're getting to do stuff for their actual plays, they might make deals with, because those are professional voice actors and they will sell the rights to the weird character voice they're doing or whatever to do that. And maybe they realize that that's the one thing that Critical Role didn't do or Dimension 20 is like get those characters all strapped down and get their voices AI so that they could infinitely produce like Amazon animation with AI voice acting on the from those characters, so they could own those Darrington Press or whatever the corporate entity is, could own that forever. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think they've done anything like that, but I think that's what Wizards of the Coast thinks they need to do. Yeah, I got to read about that because I just was going off of what Chris was telling me. But that's ridiculous. I mean, it's just because they've all got Microsoft brain at Hasbro and cannot figure out who their customers are, or what would even like, and they're just interested in short-term stuff, and really because that makes those calls to the investors much happier when you say up 25%. Grimdark as a service is coming. Yes, Juan, you are right. How grim would you like that? How dark would you like that? Well, that's a different tier. You can have grim and you can have dark, but you can't have both without a subscription. Yes. Premium WotC haters. Hey Quark, how's it going? All right, take care, Arturo. I'm probably so late that everybody getting off. Matt saying I'm trying to do the tip bot. Everything's got denied. Oh shoot. Yeah, I thought I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got the moderation turned all the way down on this stupid thing. Yeah, it's all the way. It's all the way off. Yeah, it's got a weird library that it considers hate speech, because mutant in Mutant Chronicles gets called hate speech. So I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Maybe this isn't a very useful service. Because of, if it's gonna have, if they have too many bugs to work out. Yeah, my they just added new overlays, so I think they want me to the overlay thing is not compatible. The one that I already built, that I just tested. You guys saw me like play those, and I wanted to play Matt's again, and it said it didn't work. Yeah, I don't know what they want. All right, save changes. Yeah, and I got to figure out how to set up, because I think we just want to play with this. So we can set it up to, you can even do like zero tip, just to do the stupid voice stuff. I definitely would like to get that to work, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the heck is going on. What the heck is even that? And I'm doing the wrong thing again. There it is. I like to do all this stuff live. That's when it never goes wrong. Yeah, I was worried because I was setting up this after our Great Helm game. We had all the mics and cameras all over on the other side of the room. So that was a little scary, if everything was actually going to work. All right, let's try this again.
If you desire to leave comments during the weekly live, please visit www.supertip.gg/theweekly.
You can even sound like you are narrating exciting lore videos.
Hi, I'm Gary Gygax. Have you ever imagined a world with dungeons and also dragons?
That is exactly, and thank you, Matt, for that suggestion. That is exactly Gary Gygax, and that's from the 60 Minutes thing. He didn't talk very much. He only talked for about 6 minutes in that interview. Mostly it was their PR guy, and then, of course, it was like interviewing all the, people connected to mazes and monsters. It was all a Satanic Panic, kind of focus. But okay, I got the moderation turned all the way down. So you should be able to be violent, hateful, and sexual, and even self-harming if you would like. I'm sure YouTube isn't going to like that so much, but yeah, I got it all turned down, so yeah, it may work. Okay, so let's give Matt's previous one another go here. Thank you, Matt.
What up, my homes? Jeremy up here, aura farming.
I just love making Tolkien say www. I should have done the whole HTTP, because I'm sure he never said that. I'm sure that the professor never recited a URL before. Oh boy. And I guess we'll have to add, am using inappropriate AI tools. Paul says, Shadowdark shook a lot of people with its success. It shows you how much a little bit of elbow grease, as opposed to another clone of BX, goes into building a successful game. Yeah, and I think it was, just the from the stuff I've heard the creators say, I can't remember her name, Lindsay, something that she, kind of like some other creators, is like, this is the game, I'm going to make the exact game I want to play, and it ended up being a combination of things and inspirations and stuff. And I think like Fallen Kingdoms, I'm so sorry, Matt, the Trevor's game, Broken Empires. I think that's going to be, we're going to see that real labor of love, making a system that has so much inspiration, and they've been able to like refine that into something, very playable. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I think, I don't know if it's going to have that same effect, because I think there was just some kind of timing, especially like Paul was saying about the burnout on OSR. It's like, BX, just the retro clone thing, and then something that felt fresh. And I also, I think I really agreed with those points of, it's an easy step from 5e to this without, having to totally readjust your thinking. One saying there's a post on by Fenris Games on Blue Sky where he shares a chat with Blanche, and that it was mind blowing to see he suffered from imposter syndrome. Oh yeah, wow. Well, I think all the yeah, that's just the nature of like truly creative people is you don't know how you're doing it. It's like because the little bit of creative stuff I've done professionally, I get panicked at the beginning of a job saying, can I even do this? And I'm not a good performer as far as drawing. I mean, I did that live stream of cartooning for a while, but that was super stressful to do that. And I don't think I'm very good at drawing for people. Like that's I think that's a skill, and when you have to have a certain skill level, like you have to be good at a lot of basics to really like concretely be able to draw well for people and in front of people. So like the people drawing, caricatures on the sidewalk and everything, I can't do that kind of thing and do any sort of like just drawing for people at conventions and stuff. That never went very well. So that is definitely a skill, but always I felt that, and I don't know if I guess that's in performance anxiety, but also in a little bit of imposter syndrome, saying I don't know what I'm doing, I can't do this. And you just like you realize there's a lot of muscle memory, there's a lot of you have the ability, but you just don't feel it like going into stuff. But it's amazing somebody, I mean, 50 years of amazing output, and never felt that never felt that level of success, or that he had control. But I think that's good. If you don't have control over it, that's when it's good. I think the people that have their method and have their step by step, and those are the people that really aren't creative, and they end up coming, they end up doing really sterile, real flat stuff. But it's very interesting. Yeah, but that's amazing to think of somebody that prolific too. Just not thinking, this isn't any good. but I've had that experience though, like, people that I thought are really amazing, asking them to do like a little sketch in a book or something, and they're like, oh, that was crap. Like they actually like say that, they actually like, sorry, and they give you a book with a sketch in it. That's not very good. But so yeah, that's a thing. I know, Matt. Yeah, I think it's somebody has got to get that going. I don't think I've seen an official collected book of his stuff, because that biography was one of the rare John Blanche books that I've seen. But who knows who has control over that art? I don't know if he was allowed to keep the originals, or if they stayed at the offices like early days of TSR, if that stuff stayed as their property. Who knows? Because some companies like let the artist keep the originals to then sell to collectors or whatever for an additional income, because you're buying that original art not with knowing you don't have the permission to reproduce that commercially, but you have the original art object. So some companies are nice. I think WotC does that with Magic. I think if you do physical work, you're allowed to resell it, the originals of it. It is kind of a grayish market, just like people drawing trademark characters that are owned by other companies at conventions and stuff. But yeah, I wonder what that situation is. That was the only thing in that I forget which story of TSR that was, but the book that talked about the transition of WotC buying TSR, and the head of WotC like finding the room of art and saying, we've got to get this art back to the artists. Like that was amazing. One of the things you can definitely credit, and that WotC is long gone, but you can really credit WotC for is when they took over Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, oh wow, a room full of all of the amazing art that's been produced for the last 20, 30 years of this game. The artists should have this back, and I'm sure that's why it entered the collector's market. Yeah, pre-painted, pre-built terrain is a hard sell unless it's by Monster Fight Club. I can't imagine they can keep the cost of that down to anything reasonable. Oh, one has the Voodoo Forest. Oh, nice. Nice. Yep, the only game in town, drive through, RPG could use some strong competition. Yeah, Paul, I think that's a good. I wonder. Yeah, I don't think there would be any. It would have to be. I don't know, because WotC doesn't want to deal with, physical anything anymore. So I wonder. I wonder if there is any possibility that can't really even happen. And plus they've made, deals with WotC and all the big publishers. So yeah. And then they would start doing the Amazon thing where if I think that nobody could ever compete with drive-through because they could probably change their terms and say, well, you got to be exclusive to our platform or the split is going to change, like Audible and Amazon does with ebooks and stuff. Yeah, that's ugly. I wouldn't be surprised if they had marketing consultants for that Cyberpunk card game. Yeah, how many millions did it make again? It was a lot. What did it do? It didn't do 30, right? Damn it. I had that number in my head for the longest time. It did stupid amount. Did somebody already answer this in the chat? I'm sure they did. Cyberpunk official. Come on. Official trade. My shoulder is killing me. Weird co. That you knew right away. Sorry if somebody already answered that in the chat. I just had to go back to this page. I love this page so much. 28.3. They've gone down a lot. Because I thought they almost made 30. They're almost hit 30. Yeah, I'm sure this is all credit cards. I'm sure people wanted to put $1,000 worth of Cyberpunk trading cards on their Visa, and Visa said, "What the fuck are you doing? You make $18,000 a year. Don't do this." Yeah, so their total went down. Yeah, 28.3 million. They were closer to 30, I thought. Because they left it open. I forget what they were headed for, but I thought they were closer to 30. Somebody else knows. Oh man. Oh yeah. Back in the day, 14.5 million. Yeah, Kingdom. Yeah, that's right. When Kingdom Death did 4 million, and it's still like going strong. They just keep releasing very curvaceous Korean designed miniature pin-up miniatures. Yeah, that's right. The scale has totally gone, it doesn't even make any sense anymore. Oh, you only made 25 million? Well, that's no Cyberpunk trading card game. Yeah, I still can't believe that the huge response. They must have just gotten the word. Well, no, that's right. I looked at the origin because it's that Neon Odyssey was done. They've been working on it a long time, play testing it on their Patreon, done by an actual play group, and it was their thing. So however many Patreon subscribers they had went right on to that, right onto that campaign. So they probably had it built in, who knows, like 10,000 people or whatever. So that could be a lot. And they might have like known their audience with the plushies and the sparkly dice and stuff, and like, doing it all pink and powder blue, and it had a look. And they had some money obviously from the Patreon because I think they made like between 10 and 20 a month on Patreon. So they had some money to put into that trailer and stuff. So people just like, clicking on that, like a click through from a social media ad would have been like, holy crap, what the hell is this? Like they look like a big dog, because the WotC doesn't even, like, nobody, they don't do crowdfunding, but very few people do a fully animated Kickstarter trailer. That was pretty huge. Nice. Oh, Paul saying to watch the 1490 Doom guys demo their dinosaur. Oh yeah, dinosaur skirmish game that was at Adepticon. That's awesome. Yeah, dinosaurs keep creeping into. Because I was just talking about, there's a Modifius sale or whatever. Modifius distributes some indie games, and they had some dinosaur survival game. The Flintstones gone wrong. Nice. That's how you get kids to play Dinosaur Violence. Yes, that will bring in a new generation. And plus, you got all those plastic dinosaurs. They can be totally miniatures and scale agnostic, because Yeah, who knows? Nice. Only thing to Abyss is saying only thing to complete my full triggering is bringing up some BS from WotC. There's always BS from WotC. Oh, Chris had actually backed the carnivore game. Oh, nice. So Chris is saying, yeah, we're playing dinosaurs on the channel. So Chris spilled the beans, playing dinosaurs on the channel. Nice. Yeah, I can always count on Chris for getting on stuff that I missed or should be good. Oh, nice. I didn't back anything with STLs. Oh, you should have. Because the minis didn't appeal to me that much. Yeah. And there's probably a ton of stuff we can proxy for miniatures. Oh, yeah, and yeah, if Chris is listening, we are definitely playing the Blacksite Studios Demon Ship one of these days. They've got a digital bundle of the rules and they've got the scenery and everything. We're definitely playing, and that's also a Malev game. We're definitely playing Demon Ship one of these days because there's an all digital version. Everything else is out of print, but looks fun. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's crazy now. So Resnova swore to me there would never be STLs for Warzone, but yeah, I was informed by a reliable source that yeah, there's a tribe coming next month, which is like a Patreon on my mini factory where they're going to release the digital the STLs for Warzone Eternal, which means they're desperate to get people into it, and I don't think they found reliable. So that's the weird thing about the do STLs and then anybody can get them all over the world, instantly, or do physical miniatures, because we saw Trench Crusade start out doing digital. They couldn't get reliable production for the miniatures, all kinds of quality problems and fulfillment problems and everything. And so they're actually going to do boxes with Archeon or what. So I think they're going to work with an established house, and they're doing boxes of on sprue miniatures for Trench Crusade now because they realize that's just not possible. But with a small game, the reach of digital is crazy, and if they can just come up, I think instead of going to these who knows how these places are even set up, but the people that have racks and racks of 3D printers that say they can actually output this stuff, you're probably better dealing with more local makers and hobby shops and stuff that are going to deal with 3D printing, because they can be more hands-on and one-to-one instead of just sending stuff through the mail. So coming into a friendly local game store that's actually being able to print your STLs, has a license, or there's some grantable license or whatever to print your STLs, I think would be a better deal and would help keep brick and mortar stuff going. Doing this stuff with shipping it through the mail and stuff, we've already seen, Chris had a really bad experience with that onlygames.co, which is my mini factory's fulfillment. So we'll see. Yeah, Chronopia. If you ever find yourself with a time machine, go back to the mid 90s and I'll play you. Oh, Stygians, that's awesome. Yeah, I think they talked about that, when I did the interview with the guys that were doing Chronopia. They said, yeah, we really want to get to the rest of the world, but it depended on the success of the first campaign. And yeah, they had the same kind of quality control and delay problems because they were doing the Siocast stuff. And yeah, I don't think and then they handed off miniature and the game itself, I guess, to a smaller UK company. So we'll see. Yes, Netrunner for Android, Netrunner forever. Sorry, I'm so far behind on the chat. It's popping up on the screen, and I'm reading an hour ago. I refuse to believe this. What am I missing here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. Abyss says updates on NVIDIA. Please tell me NVIDIA has oozed into these fan bases. It's coming. Paul says, I hate the game Puerto Rico so much that I can never join the holiest of holies. Yes, it's always at the top of that list, isn't it? Nice. 8 a.m. And Abyss's blood pressure is already. We're gonna send. We're gonna give a Abyss a cardiac event. Fucking AI. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Paul's admitting yes. Another look at the problem is that we don't know the audience either anymore. Yep. What with us being the old beards now. Oh, Juan's calling it quits. It's 1 a.m. Thanks for and you guys are not letting me draw. Uh-oh. Sorry, Juan. Should be good background. I guess you want to keep in the conversation. Matt's comments are listed as sexual content. Matt, I will not be sexually threatened on this live stream. Kept cleaning it. I think it's got a weird library. Sorry, Matt. Okay, yeah, it doubles. I gotta figure out if it's because it's on the stream and it's coming from the speakers behind me. So I got to figure out a way to put it through the board so I'm listening in here. So I got to come out of the PC into the board, but Chris doesn't have headphones. Yeah, so yeah, it's easier to do at home. Yeah, when we did it last week, it was kind of easier. We'll see. Some spam with an OnlyFans link. Hey, awesome. Uh-oh, speaking of salt mines, get back to work, Chris. What are you doing? Take care, Chris. Good luck with the good luck this weekend. Yes, Broken Empires from 20 minutes ago, sorry. Yeah, I hope Broken Empires catches on. That would be awesome. I went to an art installation in Seattle in the late 90s. That was all Anson Maddox and Mark Teedem. Painting's my favorite OG magic artist. Oh, nice. Very cool. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Lulu is they tried to do the self-published comics crowd really hard. That's why I put my original books on Lulu. Plus, they give you a free ISBN and stuff like a lot of the other print services like Lightning, the Ingram imprint, and all that make you pay for everything. And it's really cool that Lulu lets you do everything for free, including put it out on make it available on Amazon and everything. Business. I wonder if backing the old school Essentials Grimoire is worth it, or rather waiting for the store release for the cheaper shipping. Yeah, and paying VAT. Yeah, that's right. We're in the last day or so of the OSE month. Or it might be ending close to today, whatever. But it's probably not on Japanese time. So whenever it ends in UK on UK time. But yeah, back to a few of the ones that we mentioned. So we'll have some more fun OSE stuff. Cyberpunk trading card game FOMO has passed. Thus cometh the refund. Nice. Yeah, Kingdom of Death Monster. Paul's saying Kingdom of Death Monster took so long to finally get released. I'll give them this, though. The variety of miniatures you can build with the sprues from the first set is impressive. Yeah, that is a incredible box. That's crazy. And there was a pretty there's a pretty regular group that was meeting at one of the pubs, the kind of gaijin pubs, playing Kingdom Death Monster pretty regularly, and even in Japan. That's cool. Yeah, Black Site has some unique games. Still trying to get. Oh, Don't Look Back to the table. Oh, cool. Yeah. I was because we played. I was looking at Maliv's itch account and found Demon Blitz, which is kind of like 2.0 of Demon Ship, and then saw that there was digital terrain and everything for Demon Ship. So yeah, we gotta try that. Something I can actually do the board instead of Chris having to do all the work. It's very cool. Juan is saying, realize you've known someone online for years and forgotten their real name, and then seeing them in a chat and having to click it. Nice. Yes, that hive mind. Or not, actually on here, it's Chris. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Chris has been crazy active tabletop, and I think that Chris was the only like published writer from Idle Red Hen days. Everybody else was aspiring, but Chris is the only published game writer or game designer. Sorry. Well, very cool. Yeah, so good to see everybody in the chat. Are we doing Old School Essentials tomorrow? I hope so. It'll depend on Terry. It sounded like Terry was enthusiastic about it, and you guys are in a ton of trouble. That's all I gotta say. So hopefully, yeah, we'll get to do that and try to, because I think Terry's very busy this weekend, so try not to keep everybody up late. But yeah, so we should have some more of the Master of the Desert Nomads tomorrow with Old School Essentials, and we'll figure out some more stuff. Yeah, coming up. Oh, and I just saw Planet of the Apes got a retail release. The Magnetic Press, Gasca, Andrew Gasca. I forget his middle initials. Wrote a lot of that. I was looking at that. I was like, oh, that might be fun too. That's another one of those wacky settings that might be fun to play. I need to look at the rules though, because they, that whole it's messier than I think anything we've played. Messier than Dune or Blade Runner or any of the settings, like what the Planet of the Apes setting did, like with the movies and the TV show and everything. So I don't know how they're determining eras of play and stuff, but it should be fun. Play some gorillas on horseback, hunting those I forget what they're called. Whatever they're called, humans. Nice. But yeah, Terry wants a hard out. Yeah. Just got to get up for Pride. Yes. So we will definitely definitely try to get started early. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get back on. That's been really fun. I was always I had the books for a while, but never like found a good reason to do Old School Essentials. But after using the books and what they did, I really enjoyed it and it was fun. It's fun to get back to really fun to get back to the that BX style. I mean, I played a lot of more recent stuff in the past, over the years, and but it is really nice to get back to that old school stuff that's not so, the refinement and the kind of streamlining of some of the stuff without simplifying any of those core rules is fun. And I understand what the the BX clone phenomena was. Now I never really saw so much of that stuff going on, but was never like, okay, I don't know what the appeal is, because when I thought of the old school rules and stuff, it was it was a lot harder work than that. But running Old School Essentials was much easier than I ever remember it being. And Space 99 too. Yeah, I even got that source book. I've got to do a flip through of that. And plug the Jerry Anderson website, because it's awesome. You can get all those books and model kits and everything and DVDs. I've got so much stuff there. But yeah, that's great. Nice. When Abyss saw the picture of that swamp house, he knew it was over. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, that was a really great drawing. I'm glad I found something that worked thematically. But yeah, so tune in tomorrow about this time, and we should be finishing up our session of Masters of the Desert Nomads. Is that the? I think that's Chris's mic. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, and thank you to the members and the patrons, and thanks Matt for trying to put more sexual content on the show. Let me see if it made it through. No, sorry. Yeah, I don't. It may not be a great system. It wasn't that hard to set up, except for the Stripe account. God, Stripe is a pain in the ass now. But I thought, yeah, just to do something random and odd, but it still works as a thing. If I can get it just to open up so everybody can just like enter stuff in there, that might be a fun thing to do during this round of chat stuff. If anybody wants to bring up a point, they can do it in the voice of Gary Gygax. Oh wait, oh no, that's just Matt Aura Farming.
What up, my homes? Jeremy up here, Aura Farming.
Okay. And I'll figure out how to make it not double. Take care, everyone. See you again very soon. Goodbye.